And this is the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show. And on Columbus Day, it's only appropriate that the Rangers and their goaltender righted the ship. It wasn't always smooth sailing, but in the end, very satisfying 4-1 win for the Rangers here at the Garden over the Detroit Red Wings. Inside our Delta MSG studios from the Garden, John Giannone, Henrik Lundqvist will welcome in Steve Valette in a moment. We'll hear from the Rangers in a moment as well. Where did this game, in your opinion, either turn in the Rangers' favor or give you an indication that things were going to be okay?
Well, the key to me was not getting hurt for the first 15 minutes in that second period. They gave up too many opportunities in the slot. Igor played outstanding and really gave them life. And you could sense the Rangers turning things around a little bit. The last 5 minutes in that second period, they started playing faster, started creating more chances to draw a penalty, and on that power play, they scored the game-winning goal. So to me, that was the key to me. The first period, okay. Second period, not very good, but they come out with a 2-1 lead.
Yeah.
Third period, really strong. We sat here and talked about after the second period, they can't give up that much in the slot. It was much better in that third period. That was something we were looking for going into this game. Yeah,
14 saves for Igor Shesterkin in that second period on a night where Mika Zibanejad put in an empty net goal to ice it for the Rangers, a goal to assist 9 and 6 in the faceoff circle, and the number one star of the night. Let's begin our post-game reaction inside the dressing room. And we have Michelle Gingras with Mika Zibanejad.
What'd you think about this one, especially the effort in the third period?
Yeah, it was good. I thought we obviously things that we could have done better in terms of the Ds and stuff, but I thought it was a pretty tight game the first period, and then they got some momentum in the second. But big goal by Kreitz, obviously, and I thought we played a pretty solid third.
What'd you think of Igor's performance, especially in the second period there?
Yeah, I mean, he gives us a chance to win, and that's what you want. Maybe you don't want to out him as much as we do sometimes, but he comes up big with the saves that we need him to make, and yeah, I mean, he gives us a chance to win every night. So we just gotta make sure that we capitalize on it, and we did today.
Riley Smith gets his first goal as well. Just what does that mean to him as your teammate and for him to get on the board?
Yeah, no, it's fun. I mean, it was a nice shot by him, and obviously, a good shot by him, obviously, and I think confidence-wise, when you get one, you get more energy. That's you feel like you get a little bit of a swag back too when you can skate a little bit more and not be tired. So obviously nice to get the first one out of the way for him.
Did you feel that way as well tonight?
Yeah, I'm just happy we won, honestly.
I know you were talking about your line this morning, but did this game feel like you guys got into a bit of a flow?
No. I thought some shifts, yeah, but no, I don't. I thought we... I think we had some, like, we're close, but it's not, like, I think we're close of clicking and making sure, like, that's why I can't say here yes, but I think we're working on it. We want this to work as much as anyone else, so I think it's frustrating when we don't connect, but obviously we'll keep working on it, and I think we do a good job just kind of sticking to it. And we all believe that we're going to be successful and we're going to have a good line, but it's right there, but I can't say yes, this was a game breaker.
I more so meant, did this game feel better of the three?
Yeah, I thought.
Comparatively speaking.
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm. There were parts of it, but there's definitely things that we want to continue doing, and yeah, I mean, I like the line. That's it's just you obviously, as a player, you want it to connect as soon as possible, but it's a long season, so hopefully we can.
Mika Zibanejad pleased with the win, not exactly totally satisfied with the way the game went or the way his line is connecting so far, but 2-0-1 for the Rangers. And you heard him talk about Igor Shesterkin, and he said he gives us a chance to win every night. You don't want to rely on him as much as we did, though, in the second period. The words from Mika Zibanejad as we welcome in Steve Valette from Between the Benches. Steve, we talked in the pregame about how good Igor Shesterkin is after having a game like he had on Saturday. Now 13-4 in his career after games in which he allows at least least 5. When you watched him tonight, when did you know everything was going to be okay?
Well, about halfway through the second period, after a start in the first that I thought he was really sharp on a few scoring chances, I thought that the real reason why everything unfolded the way it did was because Igor was persistent, he was hungry, and he was driven to have success in this game. This wasn't going to be a repeat of Saturday night. This doesn't happen to a stud goalie, and I think that's why you have to get outside of herd logic sometimes with how you defend in front of him, which is defend from him out. We talked about that a lot in the pregame, and I thought everybody came back and gave him clean looks. A lot of these plays, he at least knew the pass was coming or knew a shot was imminent. So he was able to play his game, and when you look at it from goalie out, and when the goalie's your best player, everything does unfold in your favor.
And Valley, you know this feeling too. It's such a good feeling sitting in that locker room, knowing that you played a huge part in this game. And I talked about it in that second intermission. You know things will turn. You just have to stay strong. And he really did stay strong there for the first 15 minutes, especially in the second period. And a lot of times that's the difference. You know guys will find their game. It's hard for a team to keep pushing the way Detroit did. And eventually, especially a skilled team like the Rangers, they get an opportunity on the power play. And suddenly it's a completely different feeling in this hockey game.
Yeah, 23 of Shesterkin's 31 saves came after the first period, after he had allowed his only goal against of the night. Let's get a little reaction from the Rangers goaltender, Igor Shesterkin, in the dressing room.
Yeah, third period, not too many work for me, so we did a great job, like a full game, get 2 points and keep moving.
For you in the second, 14 saves, just what was the thought process? What was kind of going through your mind through that period?
It's just a game, so I just need to be focused. And so if it's 14 shots, I need to be ready. If it's one shot, I need to be ready too.
He talked there about what you often talked about, not a lot of work in a period. He claims he made 9 saves in the third, but what do you think the Rangers did defensively differently in the third that maybe you didn't see in the second that made, as he said, life a little bit easier?
Well, it was harder for Detroit to find the middle of the ice. There was a lot of shots from the outside. In that second period, they were able to really get in close, get in the middle, and get great looks. So that's where you get hurt, really, when you defend. You need to make sure you take care of the middle of the ice. And it's a big difference for a goalie, too, facing a great opportunity from the side, just in terms of how much you cover on that angle versus in the middle of the ice. You have so many more options as a shooter if you come down middle of the ice versus on the side. Also, you have players covering parts of the net. So it's a big difference in the way you feel when you see an opportunity coming down the wing versus the center of the ice. And they did a much better job of cutting that down in the third period.
Shesterkin now 2-0-1 on his season. We heard Mika Zibanejad talk about Riley Smith's first goal. Steve, I'm sure it's one that will make him feel more comfortable, him meaning Riley Smith, and it came directly off a Mika Zibanejad face-off win.
Well, if you remember last year, they took a huge jump as a team scoring directly off face-offs, and 2 goals tonight were directly off face-offs. And of course, when you see Riley Smith be able to jump into a shot, and the momentum that you come jumping off the line, it is the starting line getting it across the finish line, and being able to have a bit of a screen there from 2 players from Detroit in front of their goaltender that did have a good night. I think that you're kind of taking the positives here, because at this stage in the season, when you're just getting going, the team is going to take shape and take the personality of the coach and the core players. And Riley Smith being a new addition, I think he fed off a lot of the older guys bringing the heat early on as well.
And Mika touched on it. You know, I know they're all working towards getting a team win, but when you're a new player, people expect him to have a pretty large role here. You want to give them something to share for, right? A big goal like that, it gives you a lot of confidence, and just you want to establish yourself as a player here in New York. So good for him to get that going pretty early in the season here.
Also spent a lot of time on the penalty kill, which was very successful and impactful tonight. 0 for 4 were the Red Wings. All right, the game-winning goal was scored in the second period, a period in which the Rangers were outplayed, but they outscored Detroit, and the goal came from Chris Kreider. Stevie, take us inside the film room powered by CDW. Show us once again the way Kreider did it.
Yeah, and you know what? This one happened earlier in the period for me too, getting back on a back check where he broke up a 2-on-1, and once again it's net front, winning a face-off, battling, cheating with your feet a little bit and having Panarin jump in for support, but it's first touch from Fox. We talked about his eyes being up very quickly, and then for Panarin being able to have options. He can see Trocheck, he can use Zibanejad, he has options. We know the options are there. I think Kreider's read to be behind the goaltender, that's why this one works. It's so important that the player that is playing net front, and you've got masterclass Kreider playing net front, he doesn't get in front and crowd an area that's not going to help him score. He stays behind the goaltender in the blind spot and is able to knock in a great redirect.
That's the only power play goal of the night. That was scored by the Rangers. It was the game winner, third of the season for Chris Kreider.